There are video clips that I use in my videos. Those video clips are random. Those video clips are telling my story. It's day one. Every day is day one. And around me are multiple choices.
No matter which path you choose, it delivers us all to the same end.
It's like a spider's web, only the web isn't flat. It surrounds me in all different directions. And people were looking at me like I was so strange, but it almost felt like I was on all fours. And then because I remember like them staring at me like, what the hell is that? And I stood up like on my 2 feet trying to act like I was normal. and I felt like I was a spider. Like that's what it totally reminded me of. But I had like clicking feet. As I move along the spider web, I am always the center, the entire web shifting around me. The web being the entire universe, reality, everything that is in existence and ever has existed and ever will exist. You and I are the same in this way of existence. The entire universe or reality is dependent upon you. The spider, specific people, and most likely it's you. Spider person builds the webs, the worlds that unite. The way that they work is they can go to different people, different communities. So they're kind of like a mediator. And they can find the use in what was once considered useless. Finding a purpose in what was once thought purposeless or worthless by other people. This is what the spiders can do. And so I'm seeing all of these connections. And as they do that, when you find a purpose for them, you're going to make all of these connections in the neurons in your brain, neurons in your body. You're going to make connections there because you've made connections with your pain to a purpose. You're connecting it to the purpose.
He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
Weird how we're all connected.
I have no clue.
I think if you want to live, you have to trust me.
From the center of the web, you can look around you at the different paths and you can see ahead. You can also see behind.
And see what your future holds for you.
What if I don't want to know?
Well, it's just a cookie.
You don't think this is weird?
How we're connected?
Who are you? What is going on? Who are you? What is going on?
You don't think this is weird?
What if I don't want to know?
But you are at the center, and it's like a ripple effect from you all the way out. One way that we tell the story of what's coming up in our future is we look to our memories and the stories that we tell about our past. Everything around me in reality is showing me a story. There are video clips that I use in my videos. Those video clips are random. Those video clips are telling my story. The stories and the meanings are not inherently in what I'm looking at. They come in like I'm inviting them in by the state of being that I'm in. And they are doing so because of my questioning and my wondering. If I was not questioning or wondering, the videos would most likely make no sense and be random. They'd be chaos.
Chaos is coming.
You can't stop the serpents of chaos.
Chaos is here.
Things that make no sense are the best things for creation. You don't create by forcing something together to make it make sense. Creation is something that comes from within, an inspiration from within. I'll wonder about things that are coming up. I'll wonder about physics, about reality, about how something can be possible. Answers come to me in my environment, not just in movies, in my environment as well. You know how hard it is to search for a specific car on the road. However, if you go and buy that card, all of a sudden you suddenly see that car everywhere. It's because we look for patterns. But when you go out and search for the pattern, it's difficult to find. Just like in a crossword puzzle. It's easier to find the words when you're not searching for a specific word. But when you're curious about what words there are, they're easy to find. Well, when you get that same way with your life, things show up. in reality. And I have found that one of the easiest ways for them to show up is on my phone, because my phone is something I have with me all of the time and I look at. But it's not just my phone. So the videos are telling my story. If you come to my videos with that same kind of wonder about what it's telling you about your own life, you're going to find stories, the meanings that you apply happening in your life. You're going to find that your own answers to your own questions. You'll start doing this with everything that you see around. You'll see it on your phone. You'll see it in your reality with people, with animals, with things in your environment. Anything you notice that's out of order, you're going to be able to find the meaning in the chaos. And that's where creation comes from. That new car that you bought and all the cars that you noticed afterwards that are similar to your new car, those cars were not there because you did not experience them before you bought the car. But they were also there because they were in superposition with the ability to be there if you notice. If you have this feeling like the world is possibly flat, and you start wondering how the world is flat, you'll find the evidence of it being flat. If you wonder if dragons exist, then evidence of dragons existing will show up. If you wonder why people are so stupid, stupid people will show up. If you wonder why people are smart and giving and why you're so rich, it will show up, as well as the reasons why. If you wonder if your spouse is cheating on you, you'll find evidence of them cheating on you. If you wonder why your spouse is so loving, you'll find evidence as to why they're so loving. Now, you may identify as being a human being, but human being has certain meaning to you. And all of the meanings and the memories as to what happened and how life is what makes the human being that you identify with as the self the way it is. If you have some particularly gnarly memories, they are gnarly because of the meaning that you're given when you come across something and it scares you, for instance. All of these negative thoughts of what could be happening run through your mind, and the questioning that is going on in you is a fearful suspense of what could be wrong. By doing that, you are inviting the path of that to be true. The more emotional investment you have into that story, the more likely it is that you experience that very story. Everything that comes at you that seems like a negative, like if someone comes at you with a punch, if you can remember, there is no such thing as something out for your harm. It is only for your benefit, only for your good, that instead of getting hit with the punch, you can use in China what they call Wu-Wei. I was in Wu-Wei Kung Fu, and when a punch was thrown at you, you used the force of the punch against itself. When the punch came at you, instead of blocking it and hurting yourself, it was kind of like a side push, pull their arm and use their own force against them to throw them. When something comes at you that seems like an attack or a negative, the questioning that you apply to it, instead of assuming that you're going to be the one harmed, you're the one who is realizing a capability that you didn't know you had. If someone comes at you with a name, or people are offended by whatever people call them, their words do not have to penetrate. If a virus attacks your body, then your body has the capability to use the virus to your benefit. When a scorpion stings a hedgehog, that hedgehog uses the scorpion's poison, their venom, as a painkiller. And I remember in freaking high school, I had these guys that used to bully me, and they would fucking hit me. I know this is so fucking weird, but I thought their hits felt good. I mean, they just punched me in the arm, but for some reason, felt fucking good. So anywhere where you have a disability or someone hurt you, stop telling that story. There is the story of this thing happened, these were the events. But then there's a story that you are telling, making yourself a victim to it. And I don't remember if it was like a Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris meme or something. You're not locked in the room with the attackers. The attackers are locked in the room with you. For instance, right now, dude, I've got like 26 cents and I don't work a regular job. I don't want to work a regular job. I did work a regular job for like 25 years. I could tell the story about me being broke, like it's a sad story and I'm a victim to my circumstances, but I also have a lot of fucking free time is free for me to develop whatever I want to develop. So I've been teaching myself all these technical skills and I've taught myself how to edit videos and make videos. Taught myself how to read tarot and now I read my environment. Maybe I don't have money right now. I have all these other abilities right now that I would not have had if I would have worked a regular job.
Don't worry.
Now, experience the unbelievable comeback story on the big screen.
If we never took anything personal and always looked at it as something for our benefit and stopped playing the victim, your being that you identify with would physically change because it's a pattern. Your beliefs make up the pattern of the being that you are that reflects out into the world, and you see the pattern in the world of who you believe you are. And most of this is on a subconscious level. So if something shows up in your reality, it is because there's something in you projecting that into reality. So if there's an enemy in reality, it is because of something in you believing in an enemy. And if there is something in you that says enemy, and it's out there, the enemy, then in your body there's an enemy as well. An enemy can attack on the outside, and an enemy attacks the inside of the body that you're occupying. If you want the body that you're occupying to function for you, then you need to look at everything around you as functioning for you. So if something happens and automatically you feel like you're attacked, question it. Question that belief. If you don't know how it is benefiting you, wonder how it is so that you can be shown. And by doing that, your being will show up differently in the physical world.
It's all up to you now. The world does not need a script. That is already written. The time has come to wield your power, accept your destiny, and seal your fate.
Seal your fate.